Welcome to the Wolves Den and another action figure review. Today we are taking a look at Cloak and Dagger from the SP//DR Build-A-Figure wave. I don't know who this character is or even how to pronounce his name, obviously, but there's the Build-A-Figure pieces for him. That's all I really care about those. Let's move on. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Cloak. If you want to see Dagger, she'll be in another video that I'll be putting up about the same time. So let's bust these figures out of the package and take a closer look at them. It's best to see his articulation without his cape on, so I removed that. So his head does rotate all the way around. He can look down quite well and up, although his cape will hinder that a little bit. Arms rise side at the shoulder there about 90 degrees, and then you've got full rotation. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. The wrists rotate and rock in and out. He does have ab crunch, so he can bend that far forward, that far back. And then he does turn all the way around at the waist. Legs don't move very far to the side, but they do fully forward. And then the thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Rotation at the boots. And he does have rocker ankles that do go back and forth also. So that is it for his articulation. Since there's not much to see for the rest of his body here, we'll just focus on the head sculpt. And it is a very, very nice head sculpt. Did a really good job on this face. It's a really good looking beard with very nice paint apps. Got those piercing white eyes. The hood is not removable, at least not easily. I think it's glued in place, so you'd have to tear it off if you wanted to do that. But an excellent head sculpt. Even though the body is a solid color, so there's not much to see, there is one interesting fact about it. So I turn off a couple of the lights here. Get this little flashlight. You can see that it's made of a translucent plastic. You know, some of the plastic's too thick to see through, but you can see through some parts. Go down the arms here, and the hand. I thought that was a pretty cool effect. If you take the cape, you can also see through that. So I thought that was interesting also. Now, speaking of the cape, really nice little clasp there. And how it does clasp is there's this little peg, fits into this hole, like so. But the cape is very, very nicely detailed, lots of great folds and everything. As you can probably notice, it's very flexible, so it doesn't really hinder any movement. And if we put it back on, it's a really nice look. So if you move his arms, sometimes the clasp will come undone, trying to get certain poses. But other than that, it's really flexible. It doesn't hinder movement at all. And he looks really nice standing there. But I do have some complaints about the cape, so we'll get to that in my final thoughts. Part of the visual appeal of Cloak is his cloak, the very billowy nature of it. Just the folds, just the amazing looks you can have on the comic pages or in the cartoons. And I haven't seen the new TV show yet, but I'm sure it looks amazing in there. And I think that's lost on this figure. He looks good. They did a nice job with the cloak they gave him, but it's just very static. He's just standing there. And it's very flexible, so it doesn't get in the way. So while he does have great posability, he doesn't really use it very much. And I think that's what's missing on this figure. I know I've said it before, but I think a cloth cape on this figure would have been a better choice. You could have spread it out more, done different things with it, use that articulation, get great poses out of them, and just, you could do so much more with the cape. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but because Hasbro would never do anything like this, but a wire frame and a cloth cape would have been amazing on this figure. So I do like the figure. The head sculpt is fantastic. Just the rest of it is really good. I like the look of the figure. I just think he's missing something, and he just could have been so much better. With that, I hope you enjoyed this review. Hope to see you soon again for some more action figure reviews. Until then, thanks for watching, and God bless.